everyone, welcome back to another monologue. So, we're going to do a little recap, a little catch up here. So far, as you can see, we have the grocery haul. So, as I'm unpacking, preparing my dinner, hopefully, if I can get the pan out. Yeah. So, what we're going to be doing for dinner tonight, pretty standard, cooking a pound of Italian pork sausage. Which bin are you in? So yeah, one pound of Italian pork sausage, and we're gonna eat literally just Dave's bread. Nothing super sexy or exciting. We will be using Kerrygold butter. I don't measure out how much butter I use. I don't measure out the amount of meat that I eat. I just take what I need and I eat that for the night. Typically, it's like 2 slices of bread. If I eat 3, it'll be too much. One of the things that I've noticed, and I hope this is helpful, is getting this out of the way, nutrition-wise, right? Not a nutritionist, not a dietitian, but I do understand this, that if you carb load for dinner, or even like in the middle of the day or for breakfast, if I tend to eat too many carbs, for whatever reason, it makes me very drowsy and tired and unable to perform mentally like I want. I feel like my mental clarity is at its best when I'm hungry, like right now, when I eat a sufficient amount of proteins and fats and a lower carb meal, one that isn't like keto per se, but there's just less carbs in what I'm eating. I don't know what the exact number is, but I do know that when I eat less carbs, again, my mental state is it's fantastic. It's like a cup of coffee. Like right now, my brain is going at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. I'm ready just to say like 10,000 things. But besides the point, I do think that managing your carb intake and then loading up later in the evening when you're done working out, when you're done work, is very advantageous. One of the things that I've thought about as I've gone through this is as I age out of being a competitive athlete, I will 100%. The first thing I will reduce is my carb intake. 1, because I don't need all that fuel for training, so the calories will be useless. And 2, come on. Oh, there's a bin back here. 2, I will be able to have more mental clarity, because with my current training regimen and the amount of calories I need to eat in a given window, I have to eat so many carbs in the middle of the day that I take a dip in productivity and mental energy. Excuse me. I gotta get up and get moving a little bit more, take a couple more bathroom breaks to kind of get the blood pumping, do some push-ups, that sort of thing. But I do believe that if I was less carb heavy in my diet, mentally, I would be able to produce a lot more. And like right now, again, I'm an athlete. I'm trying to get after it in, not my coupon. I think that's still good. It's wet. It'll dry out. But I think right now, mentally, I'm not at my peak. I'm still performing at an extremely, extremely high level. But I think that as I age out of being an athlete, where right now my body is prime time, got to push it physically, I can do this for another 5 to 6 years and see what is my limit. Once that time frame comes and my body says, nah, fam, you don't got this anymore, it's time to move on, I'll be moving into a much better, more productive, I think, business-esque career, whatever, where, again, mentally I will be at my sharpest and I will produce the best years of work productivity ever. I still produce now at a very high level, just probably not at the highest possible level, again, because I sacrifice that with what I eat and how I eat for performance in the gym. So that's something I look forward to. Going over what we got. So we have 4 2-pound packets of ground beef. This is just 85% lean, 15% fat. We got some chicken wings up in here. 2 pounds of black garlic, 1 pound of, I think I got Cajun jerk. No, garlic butter. So I got a blackened one and then a garlic butter. We have 2 pounds of chuck roast with the seasoning. We have 6 pounds of chicken breast that we will be cooking in the crock pot. For the beef, we just use a very simple salt and pepper seasoning. For the chicken, it's literally just thrown in the crock pot with absolutely nothing. For whatever reason, I think that gives it like the best texture and flavor, and then we pour the residual juices from the chicken back into the meal to make sure the chicken isn't dry to the bone. Again, not the most exciting, not the sexiest meal when you do just chicken and fruit, but it's the best that I feel like for performance, because I would be eating that meal between 1 and 2 p.m., and then I'll have one smaller snack right before I leave for the gym, which currently, schedule-wise, is between 4:30 and 5:30. Right now, it's closer to 5:30 because we've just been cranking at work lately. And so, if my work schedule changes or I'm going to be at the gym later, I will push back my meal just a little bit, or I will load up on a larger amount of food prior to my workout. So for example, my pre-workout like snack is 2 or 3 dates or an apple or a banana if I have extra fruit laying around, handful of nuts, maybe a scoop of peanut butter. But I try to not keep stuff too heavy on the stomach leading right into a workout. So stuff that for me personally is easily digestible. Sometimes I will drink a fruit smoothie. Well, just I guess like a fruit shake, like naked juice. Just chug, 8 to 12 ounces of that. Just get some calories in. It's simple, already broken down. I know it's not really having the fiber of the fruit, but it is just straight up calories I need to perform, easily digestible within half an hour, to where it's going to improve performance and not hinder my performance. 1 pound of delicious hot Italian sausage. Again, don't know how much butter I just put in there, but we're going to fry that up. Get the paper off of there. Beautiful. Again, I'm not too concerned right now. Like, it's pretty late. It's 9:45 p.m. And I know, like, for some people, I always get questions about, like, what's my anabolic window of when I can eat protein and food, and does that, like, lose my gains, right? Like, I worked out, finished around 7-something, so 2.5 hours ago. As long as I'm getting this protein in within a reasonable amount of time, within the next, 3 to 4 hours after your workout, you're probably okay. Now, for performance, is it the best to wait this long to eat? No, but I did have to go to the grocery store. I was talking with the boys after the gym, and just getting things squared away, just taking time to invest into them. So I'm willing to do that. I don't mind it. It's, I think, beneficially net positive for all parties, and I look forward to it. So here we are. We're eating. It's going to be 10 o'clock when I get off this video, pack everything up and eat. Jimmy Dean. Probably not the highest quality protein, but right now we're trying to ball a little bit on a budget. This is like $6 for 2 pounds of Jimmy Dean premium pork sausage. Now, I don't do sausage links. I just cook this up like my ground beef. I do this on my meal prep on Sundays, and what that does is it provides me with a little extra flavor for my eggs, or I'll eat a little bit of that when I do some protein powder and oats in the morning. So, speaking of oats, we just restocked the 1-minute quick oats. It's got the little blue thing on there, so pop in the microwave for a minute. I don't know how much. I think it's a little bit over half a cup, but it's definitely less than 3/4 a cup. I just kind of like pour it in there, eyeball it, add some water, get it. Salt, honey, maybe some nuts or fruit if I have it, but pretty much just salt, honey, water, oats. Keeping it real simple there. Whole gallon of milk. My naked juice, which I'll actually, because I need to load up on calories, I'm going to leave this out, because I'm going to drink that instead of water with my meal. Maybe not the best, thing to drink. And actually, I have one in here already open, so I'll probably drink this one first. But, again, right now, as an athlete, the biggest thing is calories in. I look quite lean, and not that that's a bad thing. I don't care how I look, but it's not preferable right now. I want to be able to perform, and I think that with my body getting healthier, the volume of what I need to eat food-wise needs to also increase, because my training will start to increase. I have a big competition up in Boston, CrossFit Boston Invitational. Oh my gosh, I just totally botched it. I'm so sorry. CrossFit Invictus, the Boston Invitational, is coming up in June. So peak chicken wings, 1 pound. Peak training is coming around the corner, where I need to be healthy, and my body, again, slowly getting into it. Dealing with the wrist, getting the shoulder right. making sure the legs and everything stays healthy. So that's been, again, my main focus, and we've been progressing towards that very slowly, but we're starting to turn the corner. Really excited about that. With the oats here, we have 2 5-pound bags. Sorry, no, 2 2.5-pound bags. So I think this is actually 10 pounds. No, that's definitely 5 pounds. Yeah, 2 5-pound bags. One of these will stay here, and one of these will go to work, because I eat oatmeal here, and I eat oatmeal at work. So those are going to be the two. That's how we're going to divide that up, and that's why I bought such a large container of it, and that's kind of all the BJ's had. So that's what we're going to leave out on the counter. We're going to take that to work tomorrow morning as we check in and try to get ahead on another busy week. All right, I need to restock the fridge for some waters, and then we will move the other water up top here. We go through about a case a week. We got 40 of them. We do use a refillable water thing, but right now with the summer, one thing I've noticed, if you followed along, I do track how much water I drink at work, and I try to, and I try to do 100 ounces a day. Well, I don't try, I do. I execute that every day. No matter what, out in the field, in the office, we do 100 ounces of water every single day that I clock in at work, when it's a full work day. And, you know, in the summer, since it's been getting hotter, like right now, today is April 16th, 15th, 16th, 15th. I've already noticed that instead of like, it was in the winter, it's much harder because, you know, you're not moving as much, you're not sweating as much, but getting to 100 ounces was way harder. Now it is easy. It's cake. It's the easiest thing. I'm not even working out in the morning. It's just because the temperature's hotter. A couple walks out and about makes you sweat that much. I'm easily drinking a gallon of water, 120 plus ounces at work, very easily, like almost no effort today, and I honestly need to drink more. I've also been increasing the amount of electrolytes that I'm taking in. First Form and has some wonderful electrolytes that they have, and then I also drink a liquid IV from time to time, because again, extra calories, extra electrolytes for my consumption, again, for performance-based. And I think, too, whenever I take in the electrolytes, that extra tab, it helps me get a whole extra bottle of water in, because once you supplement with the electrolytes, the body is craving water like crazy. So that's been a big plus instantly. And what's cool about the tracking part is you can see that instantaneously. Like if you go back a week ago, where it still was kind of cold throughout the day, and now that it's hot as balls, it feels like, even though it's in the 70s and it's beautiful, the body is, like, I guess, taking time to change and acclimate. It's been pretty cool to see. So, last thing that we're going to do putting away wise is we have, some onions. We're going to chop a couple of these up, throw it into the roast with our seasoning just to give it some extra flavor. Very tiny onions. I don't know if it was a bad harvest or what happened there, but definitely a lot smaller onions than what I'm accustomed to seeing. Not a big deal. We'll work around that. Just a lot of peeling, more than I probably want to. And they didn't have a really good selection at BJ's. I should have picked them up at Sprouts. But typically BJ's, we're going off price. Typically BJ's is a little bit cheaper on produce and their meats. But for Sprouts, I try to find a nice happy medium of compromising where it's not technically like grass-fed, which is an extra $1 a pound. But we'll do with like the all-natural ground beef, 85%, 15, and then whenever we cook it, we just skim off any of that extra fat because, again, we don't really need it, and it just takes a little extra effort to clean up. But again, you're saving $1 a pound. So with 8 pounds of meat, you're saving $8 a week. It adds up over time if you try to cut some. Now, something that's not very cost effective but is delicious is organic dried mangoes from Sprouts, the Wesley Farms brand. This stuff is delicious. It's a little expensive though. I think for this pound and 4 ounces to 20 ounces total is like 13, 14 bucks. But it's a high calorie food. We're looking at 14 servings, 11 pieces is one serving, 104 calories, 140 calories per serving. So we're looking at, what is that, like 2,000? Quick mental math, yeah. I think it's close to like 2,000 calories in one bag. So easy carb source. We're going to eat it. It is delicious. Something that we enjoy. It's like a reward at the end of the day. And recently we've been on this kick of eating yogurt with honey and salt. sometimes some blueberries, and chocolate chips actually. Very like high cacao percentage and low sugar content. But because I'm not very accustomed to eating like candy and stuff, that unsweetened chocolate actually tastes quite delicious and sweet. I think part of it is either like the berries or the honey, which really compensates. And even like that very plain dessert is quite satiating and delicious. We also have RX bars. Easy, love them. Blueberry, simple on the ingredients, nice to have at work. I carry a couple with me in my car, at the desk, if I'm, I need a snack or a pick-me-up. Again, when training starts really getting crazy in the next couple of weeks when we ramp up, I'm going to need all the calories I can get, and that bar is easily digestible. If I'm eating it during training, I can only eat about half because it is quite filling. But for like a midday snack or out and about when I'm traveling on the day-to-day to like job sites and pre-bids, those things are essential. I eat a lot of Fuel for Fires and RX bars, or in the summer when I'm training the boys, I gotta go from the gym right to the next training session at the high school. Those are my go-tos. Eat one half of those, eat half a bar, and then consume some type of quick carb, either through an electrolyte or a easy fruit like a grape or blueberry. An apple takes a little bit more to digest because it's very fibrous in comparison to, I guess, however my body digests. I don't even know fibrous, if that's a thing. It just sounded right in the moment. Don't know if that's true. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, we have unpacked everything. Grocery-wise, I have my oats laid out that I will take to work tomorrow. I don't think there's anything else I need to bring to work other than maybe some liquid IVs to restock. I do need to empty my cooler for the day. We got my bowl I heat up my food in. We got some grapes, empty chicken and the grapes that I ate, empty beef and rice container, and the wonderful ice brick. Putting that right back in the freezer because we will need that for tomorrow. Whatever I don't eat right now will be eaten at the gym as a small actually, this is more going to be like my lunch. I will cook eggs in the morning, so I will throw some residual eggs in here with, I think there's probably about 2 to 3-ish ounces of the pork left over. Now, mind you, I'm not eating 9 to 10 ounces of pork. A lot of that is the fat that is rendered off, that is cooked out of the meat. So I think I don't even know what it is. If there's 1 pound of meat cooked, as fatty as that is, it's probably 75% yield. So I'm only actually getting 9 ounces of meat. So for this meal, I'll be consuming 6 to 7 ounces if I had to guess. But it's a very small portion that's left over. Mix some eggs in there, heat that up. The fats make the eggs a little bit more a little more delicious. And then the eggs will have like an everything bagel seasoning in it. I think it's like 5 calories a serving. So relatively speaking, low cal, not a huge harmful thing. But again, BJ's brand, Wesley Farms. Throw some salt, throw some pepper. I'll bring a bowl like this tomorrow to heat it up, or one of the round bowls. Clean this out, clean this, unload the dishwasher, eat first, and then I'll unload the dishwasher, do some laundry, clean up the apartment a little bit, and I'll probably be in bed hopefully around 11. Wake up around 6-ish, get into work by 7, work a few hours, gym it up, and then enjoy the rest of my Saturday. So that was just me mentally just working through. That's kind of, you guys just got the rundown of tomorrow's plan. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. It was fun. Just catching up a little bit, giving you guys a little debrief, a little plan, watching me unload and unpack for the day, and get my groceries away. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Peace. Much love.